trying to be confrontational. I'm not trying, whatever. Okay, trying to do the right thing here, trying to stay composed. But what was it? Did one of my followers give you this idea or something? Because in all my time walking this earth, I have never heard of someone getting in trouble for calling on a welfare check, for checking on a loved one. I'm getting in trouble, falsifying, like, how can you call a false welfare check? I genuinely was worried about my son. I have to question you. There was a report filed that the welfare check that you called was not real. That you called it just to mess with your wife, just out of spite. And there's penalties for placing false calls. Spite? Did an officer of the law just really say I'm being questioned today because I did something out of spite? How do you, what is it, due process, what, intent? I don't know law like that, but how do you prove that someone did something out of spite, and how can they be arrested for that? What is this today? What I was called in today, what is this exactly? This is the stage where, and you might be familiar with it, given your history, the initial inquiry. Okay, so we're just here to take a statement from you. And I've heard of that before, so now, from what I'm familiar with, the next steps is I'm being investigated for this. For calling on a welfare check to my son. Do you not understand that I was trying to get in touch with my son in this stupid custody agreement where I'm only allowed 2 days out of the month to see him? Like, I was trying to get in touch with him. My ex-wife did not call back. She did not text me. I thought my son was on the road, lying in the street somewhere. You know what I mean? And listen, I can't be investigated. I can't get in trouble for something like this because I'm already on probation for whatever. Look, you're not being formally charged with anything right now, but placing a false call to police, it's a serious thing. Can't be done. And we just want to make sure that we figure out what's going on here. That's all. This is misuse of police resources. This is ridiculous. It must be a slow crime day or something, because I never thought in a million years I would get in trouble for calling a welfare check on my son, looking into my son's well-being. It's funny, now I'm being persecuted and getting in trouble for being a good father. Ain't that funny? You talk about resources being misused. Well, placing a fake welfare check is a misuse of police resources, and again, there's a penalty, there's laws against that, and that's what we're here for today. Am I saying that that's what you did? No, but that's why we're taking a statement from you. You can't slap that on me when like I wasn't calling just to waste time. I was calling to check on my son. How can you stand there and tell me my own intent? That doesn't make sense to me. That's like if I thought my house was on fire and I called the fire department. Turns out it wasn't on fire, it was just a toaster or something. I'm gonna get arrested for that? That's a misuse of government resources or something? I'm done. Can you please provide your statement? That's all I need from you today. Miranda, I wish you would have just picked up so I could have spoken to you about this. You went to the precinct and filed a report that my welfare check was done out of spite. That I was just doing it to mess with you or something. I genuinely thought something was wrong with my son. Okay? This happened before where you took him to the hospital without telling me. And I will use that if I have to. Don't forget about that instance where you took Junior to the hospital and I found out a week later that my son could have perished. I'm asking you nicely. Please don't move forward with whatever you're doing. Please call this off, because I'm already on probation. I'm already trying to turn my life around. I did nothing wrong. I called for a welfare check. I was trying to do the right thing. So please, I'm asking you, you don't want your life to get messy. You have a newborn. You don't want to court dates. You don't want to file statements and then go before judges and talk to lawyers and come on. Out of all the things I've ever done, this, please, I can't be going to jail. I'm on probation. I can't afford this. Please call me back. He did record the phone call between me and him, where I cursed him out. I know. I was talking to the family court agent, and then another one pulled him out. He came back after listening to the phone call and his whole mood shifted. He was no longer like the nice guy, so what's the penalty now? Are we getting another restraining order? Are you being charged with threatening my ex-husband or something?
When the family court agent heard that phone call, came to me.
Yeah, get on with it. What?
He started bursting out laughing.
Oh my God, you scared me. You don't, like... I really just expect the worst with everything. Look at it. We've been through restraining orders, police, arrests. You know, you lost rights to Junior at one point. I'm so glad the guy, like, could put things into context.
He had me fill out a form. He understood that it wasn't a good look on my part, but I think he understands who we're dealing with here. You know?
Not for nothing, it is a little unprofessional that he started laughing after hearing that call. If I'm Joey, that's what I would say.
Look, he didn't burst out laughing, but he did chuckle at it. And he said, on a serious note, he advises me to stay away from Joey. I know you've been telling me that, but he says that if we want to avoid conflict, it's my job to keep a distance.
Yeah. If we take anything from this whole situation, it's that I need to return calls, I need to be on my P's and Q's, and you cannot even, you need to forget that Joey exists. You cannot talk to him, you cannot go to the supervised visits, you can't be in the same building as this man. I'm serious, Brian. You do need to stay away because he knows to get us in trouble, he goes through you because he can get a reaction out of you. Okay, it's like he's casting the hook into the water and you're the fish and you always find it. But with me, I don't get angry anymore. I see through it all. He can't affect me. So you just need to keep your distance. You don't need to be at the supervised visits. You can trust me. I'm a big girl. You know, like, there's nothing to be afraid of. You don't have to be Super Mario and I'm Princess Peach. I don't need that, okay? I'm Luigi. Let's make me Luigi. Or Mario, whatever.
It's just hard for me, Miranda, sometimes. You see all those stories on the news of ex-husbands snapping, and the man they used to be married to, he's got a troubling history, and it always gets worse, and he always hits another level where you don't think he's capable of doing something and then he does it. And I love you, and I just worry about you. Even when you go to a supervised visit with an agent watching and it's in public, who knows what Joey's gonna pull out of his jacket, or I don't know. You know how I think. We have a daughter now.
Okay, but Brian, I could understand if he was dangerous, but he just pops off at the mouth. This man has never laid a finger on me. In this context, in this day and age, and everything that he has working against him, there is nothing to fear from this ex-husband of mine. And at the end of the day, the next bad move he makes could cost him everything. So I don't think he's making any more bad moves. It's just a game of chess now. And we can't play chess with an angry player, you. So don't play anymore and take care of our daughter, be happy, let's focus on us and not let him win. I promise you he's gonna have way more problems down the line and we may not have to deal with him ever again soon.